it's Sonia from Just Women's Business, and today I want to show you 5 really cool hacks you can do in Canva to make your photos pop on your Instagram feed. So without further ado, let's go. Okay, so what we want to come up with is 5 different variations. So we're going to add a shadow, we're going to add a white border, we're going to split it, we're going to frame it, and we're going to blob it. So let's go. So the first one's a shadow, and this is probably the easiest one to do, and I'll get the photo I used before, and it's just a picture of a cat on a chair, and as I'm dragging it down, it's just sitting really flat on the template. So what I'm going to do is go to effects, and then I'm going to just scroll down to shadows, and I'm actually just going to use the drop shadow, which is really probably one of the safest and I think does a great job. And then I'm just going to offset it a bit, and it'll make it a bit darker. So that's the first one. So the second one is a little bit trickier. This is what I call the split, and you do need another app for this. So I used this photo here, and what it is we're going to split it in 3. So we're going to get this kind of effect here. So to do that, you go to Pine Tools and you upload your file and load it in. You choose your file, load it in. You say you want it vertically or horizontally, whichever way, JPEG. It splits the image, downloads it, and then when it downloads it, you just load it back up into Canva, and then like I did here. And so I'll remove this, and then you just go 1, 2, and 3, and then I just group them, and I go position, tidy up, and you can sort of make them a bit tighter. If you ungroup them, just sort of arrow the keys down. You might like them, I like them a little bit tighter. Yeah, and that's just another way of sort of getting attention to your photos. Okay, so the next one is a white border. So I'll just add another page for this. And what we do is to get like these, it's just it's actually, I'll make the background a bit darker. It's just a white border. And then I've also done it like this one. So I'll delete that, which is just a top and bottom border, which is just a bit hard to see there. So they're probably the simplest things to do, but if you're doing it all the time in your Instagram feed, it's really a lovely look. So I'll just delete the words. What we'll do is we'll go to elements, and we'll go to grids, and we just pick the first plain grid, which, whoops, I saw it, there it is. So what we want to do is just make it a bit smaller, and to make it square, Canva usually has those purple lines that are like the guidelines, so I just try and make them fairly close. I'll go position center, and it's in the middle. So I'll go back to my photos, and I just drag in the photo that I want, and which is that one, and it straight away pops it in the middle. Then if you want, you can always duplicate it, and what I do is just to make it, if you just want the top and bottom, you can pull it out like that, and then pop in your other photo, and then you just keep duplicating and duplicating, and that's another one. So you've got white borders, top and bottom, or frames. Now this one's lovely, I love this one. You go back to elements, and you go to grids. Grids, and I pick actually this one. Now I'm going to make it smaller, pop it back into that purple guideline, and what I'm going to do is go to spacing, and I'm going to space it as far as I can. So then I'll go back to my photos and just say we want the pineapple, and I can't remember what else I had in there, the other pineapple, and then we might pop this one here and move it along. And so that gives you a really lovely effect as well. So the next one is circles and blobs. They're actually really easy too. So go back to elements and you go to frames, and just sort of scroll down. I've picked one already, but I've also got a thinner, skinnier one, which is that one, which I popped on the bottom. And I think I've got more of a sort of an eggy one too. And you can make them smaller if you like. I'll just duplicate that. You can have just one in the middle, and that's just sort of something different rather than a normal circle. You go to your file, you might want to pop in, can't remember what I popped in, but just say, so it just gives it a nice little unique, quirky kind of look. So you could do that there. I think I popped in even, yeah, actually this one looked quite nice in there, just something a bit different. And I think it was the love neon sign I popped in. You just have to sometimes tweak it. Sometimes the word might get a little bit cut off, but it's another way of really accentuating your photos and images. Just so instead of just putting up a normal photo, it just sort of adds a little bit of, that one's there, adds a little bit of depth and character to your photos. So I hope that's helped, and yeah, have a little play around with them. And the grids and frame elements, yeah, grids and frames in the elements section are really, really helpful. So have fun.